Hello, hello. Happy Thursday, everyone. And it's time for week 8 of the NFL season with Launch Codes Football. I'm Daniel,
What up? I'm Chelsea.
and we have six, like, this is weird. We have six teams on bye this week. So we're gonna have a little less of a smorgasbord than usual. And also, this has to be said, I used to like week 8 used to always be the halfway point of the season, like back when there were 16 games. So now we have the odd number of games. So it's just like it's weird now. I guess I miss having the end of week 8. That marks the mid-season point. People do the mid-season MVPs, mid-season whatevers and stuff, but now it doesn't have the same kick to it.
They had to go mess it up and make it an uneven number. Honestly, the audacity.
In a year or two, when they make it 18 games, then I guess week 9 would be the new thing. But
If they
that's
make it 18 games, they got to give two buys. I mean, that's just so hard on your body.
oh yeah, it's going to have to be like they're going to have to increase the roster size to add more players. They're going to have to give you two buys.
Yeah,
They
for
have to,
sure.
but like that, but all
Less
that's
international travel, probably. If they do 18 games,
let's be real. They could
you're
probably
overseas 2 weeks and then you come back and you're like on the West Coast and you're 12, 13 hours behind. That sounds awful.
that's just the opposite. They're gonna go to Dubai, play football games in Dubai,
The stadium would probably
Nigeria.
be awesome in Dubai.
Don't give them ideas.
Yeah,
But
let's not.
we may have less games, but we have some interesting matchups, both division rivalries, playoff seeding, new young quarterbacks against tough opponents. So I'm going to start off with my first game that I'm putting my one of my three games I have my eye on. And this one is two teams going not in a good direction, and I thought would be a lot better, but the Vikings at the Chargers. Now, you can say both these teams kind of this season was somewhat derailed by injury. Chargers with everyone getting hurt. Vikings
On
is
their O line. Yeah.
O-line, the running backs. They lose both the running backs right now. It's
Hampton. Yeah, it's true.
so yeah, that's not good. But in the Vikings, the case it's just one player. And honestly, would you even say McCarthy? You can't say McCarthy's the best quarterback on the roster at this point. It's him. Like Wentz has played just as well, if not better.
I mean, McCarthy is thoroughly unproven still, so you really can't make an argument that you're missing out on that much, unless it's just like his ability to scramble. But I mean, Wentz isn't immobile, so
But both these teams are coming off bad losses. One to Eagles, one to a really bad loss to your Colts. You're in,
yes, indeed.
and I think I was high on the Chargers in September, but with injuries, the injury bug is starting to really kick them in the butt, and KC is starting to they're getting their players back. So
I was
that
telling my husband, I said, everyone wanted to talk crap about Kansas City because they had no weapons and an aging Kelsey, that they were bad. They get Rashee Rice back. They were not dead. They were in hibernation.
yes,
That's
yes,
what happened.
I
They were
get
never
it.
dead.
This
They were
isn't.
just resting. Mahomes was just resting. Mahomes is the number one quarterback in fantasy. Isn't that crazy?
Listen, these aren't headphones. This is a dunce cap, but yep.
Hey, honestly, I forgot it was you who said that. I was honestly thinking of other people.
Oh
But
yeah, sure.
like as
Some
as
people with
much
glasses and the beards.
I mean, as much as I would love to rule Kansas City out, in the playoff race, you can't. I mean,
No.
Mahomes, they had some pretty bad receivers. I mean, Mahomes can elevate anyone. I mean, they were running with like some nobodies. I mean, that takes like a miracle. But they have Hollywood Brown. I mean, they were never dead. The Colts Chiefs game, I don't know what week that is, low key, that is going to be a fire game.
I just want to see what the Chargers do against the Chiefs at this point because it's not week
Yeah,
one
no, the
anymore.
Chargers don't stand a chance, dude.
Well, we'll see because Herbert, he's always going to look good, but
Yeah, I don't think it's Herbert's fault.
no, but yeah, it's
I mean,
just
Quentin Johnson can't catch anything, and Justin Herbert has both of his starting tackles out. And I believe he got down to I think his third string right tackle against us on Sunday. And the second string was like on the sideline, like running snaps, and like had this huge ankle brace on. Like his ankle looked like it was inflated. And it's like, he's like, I
man.
have to get back out there. We only have one more backup.
Well, from one team with that can't protect their quarterback to another, Chelsea, what's your first game that you want to look at?
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at honestly, it's so strange. 6 weeks, six teams are on bye this week. I'm gonna go with the 49ers in Houston. The 49ers are allegedly, fingers crossed if you're a 49ers fan, getting Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall back. They got George Kittle back this past week in week 7. So their offense is starting to, kind of look like how it's supposed to. Their defense is still screwed, but their offense is getting back to where it's supposed to. And Houston, like you said, it's just going to come down to they can protect CJ Stroud. I mean, I think CJ Stroud is very talented. I think he's having not a great year, but he's very talented. They
No,
have talent on that team.
their
I think
defense
Woody
is still
Marks
elite.
is low key not that bad. I mean, they have what's his face from Michigan. Can't recall his name, the receiver, but he's like super good. Nico Collins, he's like a top 5 receiver. At least he was last year. They have decent tight ends. Their defense is actually underrated. Their secondary is great. It's very
Yeah.
good, and their pass rush is very good. They probably have one of the best defenses in football. It's just a shame they get scored on so much because the offense can't stay on the field. So they can only hold the opposing team for so long before they give up some points. But I'm looking forward to seeing that game. Not that I would ever laugh at the prospect of someone getting injured, but if McCaffrey gets injured during this game, when they get Kittle and Pearsall and Purdy back, that would just be sad.
You just know that it is
That
like
that if that happened, I would be like, the Lord hates the 49ers. That would be my conclusion.
just like if McCaffrey gets
The
hurt,
Lord is like, I shall allow these plights upon you.
the 10 plagues of San Francisco.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
But they've survived so many plagues. They're still one of the top teams in the NFC. That's a credit to McCaffrey. That's a credit to Shanahan. That's a I'll still say at least record wise, they're still one of the top teams in the NFC, record wise. Uh,
They've definitely outplayed their injuries. Like you would think they'd be getting blown out, and they aren't. So that's a
but
testament to Shanahan.
but the big question to me is you're talking about Brock Purdy coming back. I don't think Mac Jones becomes a starter, but can you really say that Mac Jones and like there's been much of a difference between their performances, at least from what we've seen this year and you want to go a little to last year with Purdy as well.
I think Purdy's more mobile, um,
Yeah.
and I think he's probably more accurate. But I mean, Shanahan, his system is known for making almost anyone great. If they're willing to put the work in and they're athletic, and Purdy and Mac Jones both have some degree of athleticism. I do think Purdy is still better, even though they may be putting up similar stats in Shanahan's system. I still think Purdy is better. But I wouldn't say Mac Jones has gone the route of like Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold of reviving his career. But like after this stint, he might get a 1 year deal somewhere, maybe like
Prove it
a
deal.
Miami, for instance. He might end up there, get a shot, play well, and then maybe he gets a 2 or 3 year contract after that. It'll be interesting to see what he can do with it because, like I said, he's looked very bad outside of Shanahan and has looked great with Shanahan. So it kind of begs the question of what he looks like if he leaves Shanahan again.
Well, one team that I think he should look for is, well, my team. If Aaron Rodgers decides to retire after this year, which
Which
go,
he said he was, didn't he?
he
He was like,
said,
this is my last rodeo or whatever.
but he's turning back the clock. And now, speaking of turning back the clock, he's now finally facing his former team, his former beloved, the Green Bay Packers in Pittsburgh. And both these teams have coming off of tough losses. Both these teams have a lot of questions. Actually, I take that back. The Packers are coming off a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Packers. Well, you know what? I still think when you barely eke out a win against a team, the Cardinals with a backup quarterback, it's a win. It's a win with an asterisk mark because come on, Jacoby Brissett should not be
Hey,
looking.
we don't tolerate Jacoby Brissett hate here. He was our quarterback for like 3 years.
Hey, man. Anyway,
He said, I don't care.
yeah, no. I'm still annoyed from the Pittsburgh game because every team in the AFC North won. Like, not kind of Baltimore's on the bye. But yeah, I gotta say, the Steelers offense, they're looking humming. They're running fine. Rodgers turned back the clock a few years, not to his prime, but at least to like his last year or two in Green Bay. Um, And the question with Pittsburgh is the same thing that's been for every year is if they can rush the passer, they're good. If they can't rush the passer, oh boy, you best start like if you have Jordan Love and Romeo Dobbs in fantasy, you're about to have a really nice game because if they can't
Well,
rush, I
according to Steelers fans, they always rush the quarterback because they have the best player in the league.
don't think I've ever said that.
I'm not saying you say that. I'm saying you get it on Steelers Instagram or Steelers Reddit. That's what they all say.
But
TJ Watt is the best pass rusher in the league.
this is certainly a game. Well, he's about to test it out with someone else who's considered one of the best pass rushers in Micah. But this is a
Hmm.
game between two teams that they want to be seen as Super Bowl contenders. Pittsburgh is trying to go to that level with Indianapolis and Kansas City and Buffalo, I guess. I still say Buffalo, and
Yeah.
I'll say it's Buffalo over them, over New England at the moment. But and I think the Packers are close to that in the NFC, but I still think the Packers have a lot of question marks. I don't like. It's funny because my boss is a big Packers fan, and we were talking about earlier, just like, yeah, they always seem like there's something missing with them. I mean, he's always like, there's always something off about them. There's never just seems like we have the team set. It's like there's always one or two things missing. And I think this is a good matchup for Pittsburgh to try to you get the extra few days because it's Thursday night. And this has to be an emotional game for Rodgers. This has to be an emotional game for at least some of the older Packer players who were there 2, 3 years ago with Rodgers on the team. So I think this is gonna be a hopefully this will be a good game. I really don't want to see a blowout.
This is
Honestly,
probably going to be one of the best games of the weekend, especially with all the headlines around Aaron Rodgers.
yeah. I just wish this game was honestly, I wish this game was Lambeau just to see the reaction. I'm happy it's in
Oh,
Pittsburgh,
yeah,
but
that's true.
if it was in Lambeau, it'd been so much fun, funnier.
What do you
But
think they would do?
I think they'll be
I mean,
booing.
they can't boo, right? I mean,
I'm trying to remember what was it when Favre came back when he was in Minnesota. I think they booed.
well,
I feel
I
like they
don't
booed a
know.
little.
I feel like Favre, he wasn't Aaron Rodgers. Like he was still good, but like he got caught up in some of that stuff after football, and like I know when he got went back, he was still playing. But I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer, and I know a lot of people make that argument for Favre too. I mean,
Well,
Aaron Rodgers
he's in
is
the Hall of
like,
Fame.
yeah. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is like the whole reason they were relevant. I mean, that would be like the Colts booing Peyton Manning. I
Uh,
would be very surprised if it were the whole stadium. There's always going to be a sect of fans that will boo, but
yeah.
if it was the whole stadium, I would be surprised.
I want to say they booed Favre when he first came back, in part because he was playing, I think, in Minnesota at the time. But I don't think he played
Yeah.
with the Jets. But I think because of the way he left, there was always he's retiring. No, he's not. I'm coming back. He's retiring. That happened 3 straight years. I remember as a kid watching that. Like, this is getting annoying. But no, I think it's gonna be an interesting game. I think hopefully it's gonna be a game of the week. And if it's not game of the week, I'm sure your game, I'm sure your NFC East rivalry game might be game of the week. Hopefully.
Yeah, Giants Eagles. Giants took down the Eagles once already. The Eagles are going to be mad, and I think it's at Philly, is it not?
Is that Philly?
Yeah. So at Philly, they already lost once to the Giants. I don't know if you saw Dart's reaction after they blew that game, but I think he's also going to be angry. So I honestly think this is going to be a really good game.
I want to know what the heck's going on with the Eagles defense, at least in terms of because there's been rumors. I think they say Brandon Graham, the pass rushers, he might come back. And the Eagles defense, they picked six on Wentz last week, but that's to me more of Wentz being a gunslinger, a drunk gunslinger at some points. But the Eagles defense, they're like the Steelers. With as much talent as they have, they don't feel like that good of a defense. And that's why a
Well, they
lot
lost their corner from Toledo 2 weeks ago. I don't know if he's back. Um, but 2 weeks ago when they were playing and he left the game, their secondary looked horrible.
Yeah. And you like I said, they want revenge, but the Giants are coming after a terrible collapse against Denver.
An
Uh,
all-time historically bad collapse. Poor Jackson Dart.
I
All the
was
Giants fans online were saying they were like, this is Jackson Dart's initiation into being a giant. I was like,
But
that's awful.
Matthew had one of the funniest because in our group chat, he had one of the funniest reactions to that game. So I think we someone texted him so because he's not a big Dayball fan, and someone texted
He's a
message.
Giants fan, though, isn't he?
He's a Giants fan, but he's never been that high on Dayball. And someone messaged him like, "So, what do you think about your coach?" And he literally said, "I can't say my true meanings, or else I will not be allowed in the kingdom of God." So, so he, so he was feeling it after the game.
Oh
He,
dear.
he was in his
Poor
emotion.
Matthew.
He was in his emotions. He must get. If art comes from pain, he's going to publish another book of poetry after that.
Yeah, he's gonna be like bestseller after this game. It's gonna be awesome. He's gonna be making like bank. What inspired your art? The Giants' all-time loss to the Broncos.
I still remember the one of the funniest reactions with the Miracle at the Meadowlands #2 when the Eagles came back with Vic and the Deshaun Jackson. Like all I remember is I walked in the room and said, "So how you doing?" He just screamed at me, "Get out!" I said, "Okay, I'll go now."
You
So
said good talk. I'll be out here if you need me. Let me
I
know
don't
if you want a snack.
I don't know why he was so mad. I was playing Michael Vick in the fantasy playoffs that week. I was mad.
You're like, I dare say I'm happy, but that's beside the point.
Oh man. So yeah, this is for both teams. The Eagles are trying to come back from just a Thursday night humiliation, and Giants are trying. I I guess Dayball Stecklin's trying to keep his job because I people attempted. I think I felt like I was going to say after this game, are the Giants like a low key maybe wild card spot,
That's
seven
what I
seed,
said
seven seed,
before the
and then,
season
and
started.
then nope, nope.
Yeah. Actually, well, what I really said was I thought Panthers and Bears could claim the 6 seed and the 7 seed, but I was high on Jackson Dart when he came out of Ole Miss. I watched him at Ole Miss, really liked him, thought he was pretty polished, played in multiple programs. At least I think he did. And then I watched Scadaboo as well, his senior year at Arizona State, and I really liked him. And when they took both of them, I said, okay, okay,
Mhm.
this is
And
interesting.
and
Let's see
then
how this goes. And then I drafted him in fantasy and held on to him till he started. He started, he had like 3 points. Then I got dropped him. Guess who hates themselves now? Me. I am that person I'm referring to, in case you were wondering. Jackson Dart is now in the hands of the enemy, and I fear I cannot pry him away.
me, I'm the problem. That's I don't know the Taylor Swift song. It's something
I'm
like
the
that.
problem, it's me.
And
Yeah.
copyright. Speaking of the
Oops.
Broncos,
I mean,
I'm the
Jackson Dart is definitely the problem all the time,
I'm the issue. That's
not
he.
me.
I'm the issue. She's just like
I dare say I am the issue. Thanks.
I know for Giants fans, I'm not sure who they want to win my last game between the Cowboys going to Denver. I'm not sure who Giants fans want to lose more. I think they just want just like
Probably Denver, if I had to wager a guess.
you
Only
say
this week, though. Historically, the Cowboys. But this week, I think I would pick Denver.
you say that, but I know the Giants also try and get that division advantage. But yeah,
I
maybe they just no, they just want to stay in the collapse. They just want
I honestly think that if the Broncos got destroyed by the Cowboys, I think Giants fans would be happy. I don't even think they would care that it tarnishes their chance in the division. I think they just want them to feel the same fiery pit of pain that Giants fans felt on Sunday.
Yeah, so we got a game between I can't say a great offense versus a great defense because I'm not sure Denver's considered a great offense at this point, but the Cowboys, I didn't realize CD was back until I saw him run for like a 70-yard touchdown pass. Like, oh, cool, he's back.
You're like,
Um,
oh, great.
awesome. But no, yeah, like Dallas's offense is running on all cylinders. Their defense, even before Daniels got hurt, because he was like Washington was having trouble against them a little bit throughout the game, and then
Yeah, it looks like their defense may have taken a slight step forward.
Once Mariota got in, yeah, when you lose to the Carolina Panthers, you kind of have to reevaluate a lot of things.
Hey, the Panthers are over 500. No slander here.
Okay, when you give up 200 rushing yards to the running back you cut, you kind of have to reevaluate a lot of
Okay,
things.
that's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was no, they're still in it. The Micah trade didn't kill them. Dak is playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And Denver right now, I believe if they're tied for first place, I believe at this point in the division. So, but okay, honestly, is Denver like where would we rank Denver in the AFC? Honestly, because I feel we'll rank Dallas a little behind the elite teams, and that's established. Where would we rank Denver?
Probably somewhere between 6 and 8
Would you say
in the
at
division or in the conference.
uh,
Probably anywhere between 6 and 8 out of 15.
do you trust them more than I say the Chargers at this point?
Yes.
How the mighty have fallen. That's what the Chargers. Dang, I think it's close.
Honestly, I might trust them more than the Patriots too. I know the Patriots have looked
Mm,
nice the past couple of weeks, but I mean, I don't know. The
I
the,
th-
the Broncos have Pat Surtain, so
but I don't know who I'm getting with Bo Nix.
Nick Bonito.
Am I getting quarter
That's
one through
fair.
three Bo Nix or the
That's
fourth quarter
fair.
Bo Nix? And
He's had a
it's
very erratic year. He's had like 2 games, at least in fantasy. He had like 10 and it was like 25 and it was like 8 and like 20, 18. It's like when he's on, he's amazing. When he's off, he's horrible.
it's
There's
even
like no middle ground for him.
but even like the week prior to that, before the Giants game against the Jets in was it London or Ireland? Who cares? It was in Europe.
Yeah,
Somewhere in Europe.
London, I think.
It was just humiliating. Like they should have beaten the Jets in the dusk, and the Jets were in it to the last second. It was just like how, and the Jets don't exactly have an elite top tier defense. So
Yeah, no, the
I
Broncos are interesting because I think a lot of
yeah,
people have a misconception that the Broncos are the top defense in football. I would say in preseason, they were.
yeah.
But I mean, you look at the stats that they've put up this year and the amount of points they've given up, they really don't look like a top three defense this year, even with great players like Nick Bonito and Pat Surtain and others.
But that's
I
all.
mean, I would probably still say they're like top 6 or top 7, like definitely top 10 still. But the best, I think there's a pretty strong argument that they're not the best this year.
Are they even the best in their own division? I think the Chiefs might be a little better.
Yeah, I think I trust the Chiefs defense a little bit more just because they're more experienced, have more veterans.
And I'll say this, I guess there's two defenses that we don't. Well, I'm not sure how you feel with your last game. I know you don't trust one of these defense for good reasons, but I'm not sure what you think about the other defense.
Yeah, so Bears Ravens, you want to talk about a defense that has had arguably the most significant fall off from one year to another that I've seen in my life. The Ravens defense, they literally brought back, as far as I know, almost, if not all of the starters from last year. The same coordinator, like the same scheme. I honestly don't know what happened. Either I'm just like not knowledgeable about who they lost on defense, or they just took a step back. But I thought the Ravens were going to be the best defense in football, and they're like the 31st defense in football. They are horrible. And they're playing the Bears, who are kind of low key looking nice. Caleb Williams didn't look great on Sunday, but they still won by multiple scores against the
Yeah,
Saints. Um, they're what, 4-2,
they
I
won.
think?
Yeah, they won four straight. They're 4-2
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, guys. Yeah. The Bears are 4-2. That's what I said.
You
Don't
had to
forget.
you have to build up your confidence. Like, yeah,
I know,
you
I
know
know,
what?
I know.
We are
You know what?
good.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, I think the Bears look great.
And now let Lamar tear off their
Last
house.
week they didn't, but their defense definitely has taken a step forward. I think Brisker had his, redemption game against Washington when he let that touchdown soar over him because he was celebrating. Like I said, Caleb Williams didn't look great against the Saints, which you don't like to see if you're a Bears fan. But, you know, good teams, even if they don't play well. And that's what happened. So I still think you can be encouraged. Honestly, wouldn't shock me if this turned into a shootout game because the
Oh,
Ravens
really?
defense is so bad. And if the Ravens have Lamar Jackson back, they're going to score. So I think this game could actually be very entertaining. I think the Bears have a decent defense. I don't think they're the best. I don't think they're the worst. I think they're okay. I think they're better than the Ravens defense. It's probably going to come down to whoever can get a stop, as sad as that is. If the
Well,
Ravens cannot beat the Bears with Lamar Jackson, they are officially cooked. They are mostly cooked now. They're like medium well right now. But if they lose to the Bears, they are cooked.
your dad like fire is about to go off, but no, it's just. Yeah, because Lamar's supposed to be playing. It's gonna be interesting seeing how he does with the how his hamstring holds up. How it's gonna be finally we're gonna see the King unleash because instead of stacking the line with Derrick Henry, I think he did now gonna have to rely on play Lamar a little more. I just this is a weird game because I definitely don't trust the Ravens defense, but I still don't trust Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams.
I'm
Yeah,
st
no, I get it.
so like
He's been up and down too, like Bo Nix has this year. When he's been great, he's been great. Like his game against the
yeah,
Cowboys, he looked awesome.
but
But when
yeah.
he's bad, he looks really bad, like he did against the Saints.
I think even the Saints game, there's part of that's the weather, part of that's like the running game was doing decent. But yeah, because I don't maybe it's just the old me, just like I don't trust the Bears, I don't trust the Bears, I don't trust the Bears, but I'm
Definitely don't
still
either.
but I still trust the Ravens. I'm
No,
still
I want to trust the
I,
Ravens. That's the crazy thing.
like this is a team that's like 1-6 versus a team that's 4-2. I'm pretty sure the 1-6 team right now on like every betting site is like the favorite to win.
I know, isn't that weird how that works?
This is a crazy season. This is some crazy
But
matchups.
honestly, these seasons are the most entertaining when you don't have someone who is straight up believed by the entire country to be the best, like we did in the days of Peyton and Brady and Breeze and Roethlisberger and, Philip
Rodgers,
Rivers.
yeah.
Like those days, you always knew who the top people were going to be every year, never failed. For like 15 years, they were all always the best. But it's like now, I mean, there are a lot of people who still don't trust the Colts. There are still people that don't trust the Bucks, even though the Bucks are probably more trustworthy than the Colts are at this point. You don't really have a team who's a true runaway, like that everyone believes in. And those are honestly the most entertaining years because it could go any which way in the playoffs.
I don't have a feeling like in like 2 or 3 weeks, which was like, oh yeah, I forgot KC is a clear one away. But
Kansas
that's
City is going to be like, we've thrown 17 touchdowns in 3 weeks. We're the best now.
oh man,
I
but
am your captain now.
meet the new boss, same as the old boss. But we'll learn more about Kansas City and the other 32, 31 teams in the NFL next time and in the future on Launch Codes Football. Folks, week 8 is finally here. I hope everyone have a nice and fun weekend. Hopefully your all your favorites wins and all your rivals loses and all your parlays hit. Uh knock on wood. Chelsea hit them with where they can find us.
Yeah, so thanks for listening, guys. Check us out next week. We have episode 103 coming out on Tuesday with our week 8 review. So definitely check next week. In the meantime, follow us on social media on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at Launch Codes Football. We're also on Twitter at Launch Codes FB, and we're on Discord as well. If you're interested in joining, hit us up. I'm Chelsea,
I'm Daniel.
and we will see you next week. Go Colts. Hopefully, we don't blow it to the Titans.
And hopefully Rogers has his revenge games.
Hopefully.
Peace.